from coast to coast to the beautiful Napa Auto Parts Studios. Napa, get the good stuff. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning, Bob.
Hello, Chick.
Good morning, Tom.
Chickster, good morning, sir.
Just call me Lazarus.
Back from the dead,
Back from the dead. Man, the worst case of syphilis I've ever had in my life, guys.
It's gone, though, huh?
Oh, it's gone. All cleared up. Very exciting. I had to make some phone calls, but other than that, I'm okay. Guest today. One of our favorites. Is it tall, thin, and goofy in here, or is it just him? It's Geechee Guy. He will be here today on his way to Dayton, Ohio. Frank Caliendo, we'll talk with him. He'll be on David Letterman tonight. Saw his bit yesterday on Fox NFL Sunday. Very funny. He was doing David Letterman, actually. And also Pete Stacker and Dave Bickler, the real men of genius. More on that in a second.
Oh, what fun. Good morning. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Real men of
Monday edition.
Yes, Mr. Cargo Pants Wearer.
I love those guys. We're going to have them in the studio.
Cool.
They've been here once before doing some live music, so it should be very exciting. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, coast to coast.
Morning.
We're taking some photographs of our guests. We're going to post on the website. The real men of genius are here, and I'm not sure if this is technically their title as performing artists.
Actually, real men of genii.
I see. That's the voice of Pete Stacker. Pete is a professional announcer. And you recognize...
Why are you looking at me with a sneer when you say a professional announcer?
Well, see, technically, you're a professional because you get paid.
Yeah,
right.
technically.
The same way a hooker is a professional sex worker. Pete is...
I never looked at it that way, but okay. Leave the money on the bureau. Please don't hurt me.
Oh, sure, Pete. Show off. See if I care.
Pete is well known for his work on Comedy Central and, of course, with the Bud Light commercials. Sure. What was your first big national commercial? Do you remember?
I think, back when there was Michelob Dry was one of the big ones I did way back in the day. I think the first thing I did was for a bicycle company. That is no longer around.
It worked well then, didn't it?
Not very effective.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
We've changed our style since then.
You
must be really lousy for a bike company to go out of business.
Were you a disc spinning DJ?
Yeah, I did mornings. Believe it or not.
What's that?
Murphy in the morning.
What's that like?
With Q101 back in the day.
In Chicago.
Yeah, sure. And then did my small town radio stuff, and I was a production guy. And a Second City trained, so I had a choice to either go to the stage or to the radio. And I chose radio.
And it's working out okay for you.
Yes, it is. It's fine. And the guys at Bud Light really take really good care of us. We have a lot of fun doing this.
Now, Dave Bickler is also here with us, and Dave is a very fine singer.
Yes, indeed.
And we're going to let him sing for us here in just a second. But you didn't start doing Bud Light commercials. You were singing along before that.
He was in a band.
I was in a band, yeah. Survivor. But oddly, I met the guys in Survivor because of doing commercials, because I was doing sessions in Chicago, and Jim Peterick was formerly from the Ides of March. He was also doing sessions, and he was looking to put a band together, and so that's how I met those guys.
Ides of March, chick?
Vehicle, baby.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da, yeah.
Great
I'm your
song.
vehicle, baby.
I'll take you anywhere you
I
want
was
to
wondering
go.
about the words to that song, though, you know?
I am your vehicle, baby.
Now we have a
Vehicle, the spoken word.
we have the
If I gotta, sure you know.
we have the music to the Real Men of Genius. I understand you guys have prepared. Do you want to? Is this first one you want to do? Do you want to do one of your holiday ones, or do you want to?
We'll do the first one for you, and then if you still like us,
stay.
Okay.
we'll do the holiday one.
All right.
Because you guys do have a great sense of humor. We really appreciate your sense. We
We'll see
really
about
appreciate your sense of humor.
Now here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Here comes the music, Christy. Stand back.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute the nationwide everybody's listening Bob and Tom Show.
The nationwide everybody's listening Bob and Tom Show.
Bob, a brilliant man who is quietly perfecting a golf ball shaped like a woman's breast filled with beer.
He fills his balls with Bud Light.
Tom, his dark secret. He can actually see every germ around him, but he's not saying what's on whom.
Let's keep it clean.
He could have owned Vegas, the stock market, the greatest weatherman ever. Instead, Chick chose guessing sports scores.
Chick's shoes in his mouth.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light and wish for Bob and Tom to share the perfect Christmas. Ho, 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 ho.
That's a whole lot of hoes.
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wow, I'm glad you didn't add Christy there after the
Yeah, me
ho.
too. I was getting worried.
That was implied.
We ran out of space.
I think it was implied too.
That was implied.
That was my conclusion.
No.
Commercial interrupt us. This is going to hurt later.
You know, we do have a wonderful announcer, Pete Stacker, in the studio, so maybe we should hear Tom. Tom can change a whole room with just one word. Pete, you'll be interested to hear this.
Croissant.
Oui, oui.
Croissant.
Thank you very much.
C'est bon.
I
have a
only
big
wish that
croissant.
people could watch Dave, especially when you sing.
Oh, he's belting it out.
But the line where you have to cram. I guess the trick to these is they can only cram so many words in, and they always take you right to the limit.
That's exactly that's actually the MO.
gag.
Step 2 is always make sure you make him say as much as he can.
Let's torture Dave.
But you nailed it.
Oh yeah.
And
He's a pro, man.
This is live. When
He's
you-
a professional too.
I'm now a speed speaker.
Now, when you guys do them for the actual commercials, typically how many takes on the? Do you do them together?
Well, first of all, the first 5 years we didn't even meet each other. We didn't even know each other. We worked in separate places, and the team at DDB they'll put the stuff together, and then I'll try to get through it. And oftentimes, if it's really really funny, I start busting out and I can't get through it. Finally, when it's set up, then it's his turn to bust out laughing.
Yeah. I have a hard time getting through Pete's stuff, you know.
But typically a few takes before you get all those words crammed in.
Yeah, sure.
Now, you can answer this with a yes or no if you want. If you don't want to, have there been any that you've produced that were all done and ready to rock, and somebody heard them somewhere along the chain and went,
Those are the ones we do in the nightclubs.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's been a couple of those.
okay,
Mr. Golf Ball Washer is one of them.
Need I say more?
No.
Don't have to go any further than that.
Okay,
But yeah, it's
He
fun.
fell off the washer.
Yeah. Something like that.
Nothing worse than a dirty pair of balls.
Okay, there we go. Chick, man, yeah, that rumble. Man.
There you go.
One man
Stepped on
against
a
the
ray.
planet alone.
that wasn't a bad Pete Stacker impression.
In a world, yeah.
Now, I have you. I'm sure you've heard. There's a famous tape of Orson Welles doing a commercial. Have you heard that?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I've seen also the one that's on the TV one as well, where he's doing the champagne commercial.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
But the one in which Orson Welles is doing a commercial, and you can hear the guy from the ad agency
Oh yeah, trying to correct him.
trying to correct Mr.
Correct
Wells.
Orson Welles.
It doesn't go well. There's also the famous one, I believe it's with Jack Palance.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
Jack-
yes.
There's the most recent one running around is William Shatner. There's a great one with Shatner.
I'll bet.
I must
and,
get that.
And he just roasts the guy. Because he says, no, I want you to once you show me how to read it. And the guy reads it that way. He says, let me read it that way. And he read it exactly the way, which was really bad.
Yeah.
And the guy says, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe you should just go ahead. No, I insist I do it your way. Why don't you give me the read of the second page? Yeah. There's a guy who's putting everything in a small cardboard box and leaving out of the back door.
You do. You're known as the voice of, I guess, with Comedy Central.
Yeah, I do the Comedy Central stuff. I do this a game out called Halo. I'm the captain of the ship and a sergeant on that.
Do you when you do something like the Comedy Central things? If you're on the road, do you go to a studio and they have a guy telling you what to do?
Yeah, it's a digital patch.
Or do you just read it on your own?
No, it's a digital patch, and I listen to their direction because each of the guys is writing a different thing, and you really do have to have affinity, or if you want to call it a compassion for what he's doing, empathy. And then so you need to have his direction so you can take it where he wants to go.
Empathy.
Yeah.
And are you good at taking direction?
Oh, really good at it. Yeah, very good at it. As a matter of fact,
What kind of stuff do they say? Do they say a little bit deeper? Or what
Yeah, they'll say deeper. Most of the time for them, as all promotions are, faster. Faster and faster and faster and
Get it
faster and
all
faster.
in.
Get it all in.
Get it all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live in a society of disclaimers.
Oh, sure.
We have to do enough live commercials here where the disclaimers are half the copy.
Well, maybe
Price of
Pete knows.
participation may vary.
Maybe Pete knows.
For a limited time only.
What's the deal with Rhode Island?
Same as Hawaii.
Everything's void in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Void
Yeah,
in
everything's
Rhode
void in Rhode
Island.
Island.
Those poor people there, they got nothing.
No, it's
nothing.
we found out it's because in Rhode Island, you have to pay a fee.
To have a contest.
You have to pay a fee up front to have a contest, and it has to be licensed, and it has to go through channels, and it takes too long. So if you live in Rhode Island, you're SOL when it comes to winning the true thing that's going to make you a happy person. So I think you better move.
Representative Johnson, this bill that you put through on the contest thing hasn't really been making us any money. Because we don't have any contests.
Repeal it.
There are lots of disclaimers. Can't they take you now? Can't they take your voice now and digitally cram it together so it makes it go quicker?
Yeah, they do. As a matter, it's painful for me. It's real painful when they
Cram it up there digitally,
Nothing
baby.
like digital cramming.
Oh,
Man.
digital cramming is some of the worst in the world.
Yeah.
You know, right after I have to have a Bud Light to loosen up. You know?
Yeah. And you have to relax.
But you know what I'm saying.
I know
Sometimes
what you're saying. I do commercials too, and
they take them at the end. They go real fast with
yes.
them. Okay.
That's just
Now
a
the
little
Bud Light
too
ones.
fast.
These are really poems. I mean, the way they've got these things, they've got it down to a science. But the jokes have been fantastic over the years.
Thank you so much.
They do a great job. Now, do
write them?
Do you suggest them? Do you get ideas occasionally?
We're part of the team, so when the script comes in, and then if stuff isn't working, that's when we get.
That's
to
when it goes
inject.
to the nightclub act.
Well, some of the So
No, I don't want to get you in trouble, but are any of those tapes circulating?
Some of them are.
And is there
Is there what now?
is there a tape somewhere of a Pete Stacker meltdown?
I doubt it. So don't bother looking.
There's no need to look for that. Next!
No,
We're
this
not
is
the
not the
droids
tape you're looking.
for.
These are not the droids you're looking for. This is not the tape you want. Your tape is not here.
I believe him.
We have an occasional meltdown in here.
No.
No, usually it's a meltdown on our
No, it's
Wednesday
usually in the meeting.
Yeah.
My favorite is when Tom calls everyone in the room a name. I love that.
Oh, you give out pet names. That's nice.
That's nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then he goes, do you think I was too harsh? No. Heck no.
That's a great Tom you do.
I know.
We've been crying at the Pepsi machine before.
Heck yeah.
haven't
He
we?
doesn't mean it, does he?
We got to
Can't
get.
take it personally.
We got about a 6 or 12 pack of aluminum bottles for your next meeting. You guys need to mellow out
That's what
some.
we
you know?
need.
That's the voice of Pete Stacker. Dave Bickler is the singer. Do you guys have a Christmassy one?
Sure, we can do a
Can I?
Christmas
Oh, really?
Sure.
Okay. How is the level of that music?
Just a hair loud, but not bad.
Okay, here we go. What is this thing called? The switcher gizmo.
It's a
Switcher gives. That'd be the
potentiometer.
SG, the SG button.
The potentiometer.
Yeah, there it is.
Yikes, that's a
pot.
big
The
word.
cosmic
Pot it
infuriated
down.
solenoid bolt.
Okay, I'll try to do it right
Pot
this
it
time.
down.
The Bud Light gents are here live in the studio with us, and here we go.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Artificial Tree Maker.
Mr. Artificial Tree Maker.
Nothing brings out the holiday spirit quite like a giant steel pole with 9 feet of green pipe cleaners attached to it.
Looks so natural.
Your wonderful tree is available in all the glorious colors nature has to offer. White, red, and blazing hot pink.
Ain't nothing hotter.
Thanks to you, we are no longer forced to venture out into the cold, damp steel pole forest to chop down our own fake tree.
Timber.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh purveyor of the pine. Your trees may lean wildly to the left, but your heart is always in the right place.
Mr. Artificial Tree Maker.
For Bob and Tom, Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. I've got one of those.
yeah.
It's about 25 years old, and my wife keeps saying, we're going to throw it out. We're going to throw it out. I'm going to drag it out in the backyard and have a mercy killing.
There you go.
Oh, that was hilarious. Live in the studio, I'm tearing up here. Pete Stacker and Dave Bickler. And again, there's a really great visual component to watching this because I try to keep my eye on Dave because, I'm afraid you're not going to get all the words out.
Me too.
But it sounds good. Now,
Fear drives me.
Coming up as a musician, may I ask this question? When you were in junior high school, did you have a band?
Yeah, when I was in grade school.
Okay, what were they called?
Oh, yeah?
Today's Tomorrows.
Today's tomorrow.
Isn't that cool? Today's
man.
Tomorrow.
Dude.
Wait a second.
Oh, I got an idea. Today's tomorrow.
Today's Tomorrows.
No, tomorrow's today. No.
Wait a minute.
No.
No, tomorrow can't be today.
Yesterday. No.
Oh man.
No.
It's funny because we ask a lot of musicians this, and it is. I think
There's some great
the common
names.
thread is a lot of the first band names tend to be psychedelic.
Yeah.
Depending on the age.
Except
was
for
in one.
That was
except
the
for
time.
Van Halen. Theirs
Yeah.
was the Sounds of Las
Las
Vegas.
Eddie and Alex were in a band called the Sounds of Las Vegas. That was their
Really?
first band. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I was in a band
That's
called the
trippy.
Rising Tides.
Really?
And then we were the Tides.
Huh.
And then we were no longer.
Were you the singer?
Yeah. That's why we were
Have
no
you?
longer.
You don't sing anymore.
No, I don't. I don't.
Well,
Yes, he
Well,
does.
I bet he does.
No way.
have
He
you ever
sings, he sings to me.
have you ever done a Bud Light thing about an announcer? Has there ever been one? themed
Mr.
around-
Announcer guy?
No.
No.
That would be
And
something.
there never will.
Here's to me, Mr. Announcer guy.
Here he goes.
Here's to me. I need a raise.
You could do
I
something.
need all the money in the world.
You could do something. You could do one where in which there's a problem between the two of you. Mr. He gets paid more than me, announcer guy.
That's right. You know, I do have a problem with that.
He's a bastard.
And how did you know?
Oh boy.
Mr. His union gets him a better check
What in
than
the
me.
world are you doing?
Because that'd be funny. It would be fake, of course, but have one where the two guys are
I
fighting.
don't think so.
You know, there should be
By
a
the way,
Mr.
Griff-
Instigator guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
there you go.
Mr. Incite the Riot guy.
Mr. Agitator guy.
Tom broke up Martin and Lewis. A lot of people don't know that.
Jerry, you seem to be doing all the work, and Dean, everybody thinks he's the smart one. What's the deal?
Wait a second. We have a phone call.
Morning, Bob and Tom show.
Hi, fellas.
Hi, Floyd.
I've enjoyed your beer program.
Oh, thank you
very much. We have the Bud Light gentleman here.
And I had a question for him. It's always kind of been a pop quiz in my head, and
Yeah.
I didn't know if you could answer this. Which one of you two was the first one to say, "What's up?" I'll hang up and listen to you.
All right. Well, thanks, Floyd.
Actually,
Ooh, got to do something about that.
what's interesting about that is this is becoming one of the truly classic ad campaigns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
This one has really stuck around.
How
well,
long
we
has it been
found
running?
out recently that first of all, it was the most awarded radio campaign in history.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've been told it's the most awarded advertising campaign in history.
That's great.
So 8 years going
Wow.
on.
Now, do they
Yeah.
invite you to these award ceremonies, or do the agency guys they go and
Take
do
all the
do all the
awards.
drinking? I mean, accept all the awards.
Take a little time out.
Well, usually we're out busy.
Yeah, you're doing the
we're busy.
work.
So we're doing the job.
accept the award while I'm out working. Oh, advertising guy.
Mr. Bitter Announcer guy here.
See, these are all great ideas
mister.
for the Christmas party. Now, let me ask you this, and this you don't have to answer this either. Have you ever been?
Another
Why
disclaimer.
don't you ask a question he can't answer?
Yeah.
No,
You don't have to answer this, but I'm going to make trouble.
You can say
Okay.
yes or no. Have you ever been asked to do a private version of this for some kind of a bigwig birthday party, where someone actually hires the agency and?
Well, no, we've done it for August Bush.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
Yeah, we've done several for him.
I'm assuming that was
Yeah.
a freebie.
How about Fred Miller?
Yeah, that was. What now?
How about Fred Miller?
No. As a matter of fact, we're trying to get him to step off a curb any moment now.
Oh,
Do you remember the one you did for Mr. Bush?
No, I don't.
No.
There were several of them that we did. We've done, I'd say about a good 20 or 25.
Yeah, the
for
custom
different.
spots for,
Live and in person.
CEOs
like a
of big
roast.
companies and
They'd
stuff
have a
like that.
roast for somebody that's.
So he's got a good sense of humor then?
Oh, great sense of
yeah,
humor.
okay.
Great sense of humor.
Who's the winner of the genetic lottery?
Oh, by the way,
Stuff like that.
They're still working, chicks.
by the way,
Chick, you can just go that way yourself. We'll be back here when you step down into the valley out there by yourself.
I don't want to be an agitator here, but
No.
I do have a letter. I love instant messaging. Dear Bob and Tom, I worked with Mr. Stacker at a radio station in Chicago.
Uh-oh.
I did a lot of audio production with him.
Yes.
I have a tape of him.
Oh, no.
Who's this I person?
He goes, I have a tape of a meltdown, but I am not going to share that with anyone.
Would it be, let's see, it could be Joe or Mike.
It's,
How about a Scott?
Scott
Oops.
is a dead man. Scott is, I know Scott, yes. I know where you live, Scott. You've just entered the death Rolodex.
We are speaking with Pete Stacker and Dave Bickler, the Bud Light guys, the real men of genius guys, with one of the most award-winning campaigns of all time. What are you doing?
You gotta take a break. Look at the time.
Oh, that's what that means?
Yeah. You
Sorry.
just kept talking.
I don't know.
I will.
I thought you were flipping him.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Okay.
That's why
We will take a break then and come right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning.
Good morning. A little bit intimidating. We have one of the great voices
Yes.
in America in the studio.
Why, thank you.
No, I meant Pete. Pete Stacker is here.
No, I'm number 2.
Number 2.
Thank you.
Dave Bickler is here. Pete is the announcer for the Real Men of Genius commercials. Dave is the singer. It dawned on me that if you'd used your formal names, you'd be David Bickler and Peter Stacker. But Peter Stacker sounds kind of like a porn star name.
Kinda.
Well, as I said, this is my second career.
There you go.
I don't know.
That tape is out there.
And not in straight adult video.
Well, it was a short career.
Peter.
Well, the Bud Light guys have done a special thing for us. And do you have another?
Yeah, we
you
do
wanna
since
Go ahead.
because of National Monday Night Football and everything like that, we decided we'd do something that is special for an unsung job in pro sports.
Oh, okay.
Which a lot of people don't realize is an important job, and we like to pay tribute to that one individual.
Now,
Okay.
these guys are here in the studio with us, obviously.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doing this live. So this is not a tape.
I hope I make it through this
so-
because it's pretty funny.
The possibility of this,
This going completely wrong. Yes,
derailing
certainly
is there.
Okay.
I'm running part of the controls, which always is
Always bad.
problematic. Okay, here we
It's
go.
okay. Weak link. Here we go. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Professional Sports Leg Cramp Rubber Outer.
Professional sports leg cramp rubber outer.
Most men dream of one day playing in front of 60,000 fans. Your dream, giving another man a tender thigh massage in front of 60,000 fans.
Look at me.
When you snap on the surgical gloves and start rubbing, you tell the world, this is the part of my job my parents don't want to tell their friends about.
Utterly embarrassed.
Deep thigh bruises? No problem. But if someone has a groin pull, well, he'll have to take that into his own hands.
Rub it out.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh healer of the hamstring, because you'll never rub us the wrong way.
It's a professional sports leg cramp rubber outer.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes.
Here's a guy. This is what I do now, Mom.
Live in the studio. Do you know how many total there have been that have aired in the series?
Well, we've done 180.
Have you really?
And then there's another 20 or 25 that we're going to be doing very shortly.
Coming up.
Do they
Jeez.
put them out on CDs? You can buy them all.
Well, there is a box set.
Yeah, 60.
Well, first they put out one, and it
Yeah.
sold like 180,000 copies.
Jeez.
And they did the second one and the third one. Now they put on a box set,
Wow.
which
all
is
three.
3.
Wow.
And they may be working on a single for Father's Day. And that's at budshop.com, budlight.com.
Well,
Very cool.
I think we have a link posted. If not, we'll get one on our website at bobandtom.com momentarily. Yeah, we have it. We have it. It's already posted.
Yeah, okay.
And
Super.
there's a nice shot of Dave there singing The Real Men of Genius. We just took a couple other shots. We'll post those in a few minutes, but we have a direct link. Let's see. It says Bud Light has put together a 3-volume CD collection. Just $10 at budshop.com.
Oh.
That's
Who
very
knew?
cool.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, they're tremendous. It's the reason they've lasted so long as an ad campaign is because they're so entertaining.
Well, and they're so true too.
Yeah.
I know the Mr. Cargo Pants wear really hit home with all of us because we all know someone who wears cargo pants all
every
the time,
day,
no matter what's going on.
So
I can't see them from here, so I don't know.
They're just comfortable. In any event.
Well, thanks to shows like this and everything like that, the sales of Bud Light are up 6% across the country.
Are they really?
Yeah, we're really happy. So
I
blue
think
bottles.
appreciate you guys. Oh,
When you say
I get that.
cool.
I get that personal letter at
They're
home.
very cool.
Well, the little-
Thank you letter.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you hear what
From Augie?
you hear what
I get
Christy
a Christmas card from Augie Bush every year.
It's
Thanks.
the cool bottles.
It's the cool blue bottles.
oh, those are hot.
Oh, the new aluminum bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love those.
In fact, they even had one out that was orange or Halloween colored, which is also cool. So, those are
When
neat.
you say thanks to the show, you don't mean you're appearing in the show. You mean the fact that the four of us drink so much of it.
That's exactly what I was referring to. Without you, it would be 2%.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Well, I thought we would feature something for the guys here from going back a few years. This is a piece that stars an announcer friend of ours.
This is perfect.
This guy is an actual announcer in Los Angeles, and he does some work with us. And so we wrote this for him, and he actually is one of the featured voices here. So let's give this a listen.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or business person who appreciates all the perks that come with success? Lavish homes, flashy cars, generous expense accounts? Well, isn't it time you attain the ultimate status symbol? Your very own personal announcer. Your friends and colleagues will be impressed when they meet this dapper gentleman with the commanding voice. He's the announcer guy.
Hi, Phil. Thanks for coming to my party. Who's this?
Hey, Cindy. Check this out. This is my very own announcer guy. Hey, announcer guy, say something.
Hello, Cindy. It's time to meet your very special party guest. Say hello to Phil Mondor. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
Well, thank you. Of course, I know Phil, and nice to meet you, Mr. Announcer Guy. By the way, Phil, you look great.
Oh, thanks. I got this new suit.
Tonight, Phil is dressed for success in a fashionable hand-tailored Armani suit. With softly constructed shoulders and a slimming silhouette, Phil is comfortably attired for whatever environment he should find himself in. Retail value, $2,500. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
Ooh, I wish I hadn't given the price on this.
Wow. That's great. Phil, let me get you a drink. What are you having?
I think I'll have a beer.
This evening, Phil will be enjoying Dewar's on the Rocks.
What?
Dewar's, the finest blended Scotch whiskey money can buy. And as always, we remind you to please drink responsibly. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
I guess a Scotch would be okay. Thanks, announcer guy.
He's your own personal announcer, and he's only available from Bob and Tom Enterprises, a division of Frigmall Industries.
You get more respect from the company you keep when you're introduced by a guy whose voice is really deep. Announcer guy. He makes announcements just for you.
He's the announcer guy, but watch out. This guy will announce almost anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the motel room next door, Phil Mondor has been joined by his new secretary, Brenda Flendish, for an adulterous liaison. It appears Phil's erection is finally ready, and if Brenda plays her cards right, she could win the apartment of her dreams with 3 furnishings from Scanlon's Veneer World. Let's listen in.
Wow, Brenda, I can't believe I finally got you into bed, baby. I am so ready to make love to you.
Ooh, I can tell. Phil, you are so hot. Do you have some protection?
Oh, yeah. Here, let me put it on.
Tonight, Phil will be wearing a Hot Rod brand micro-thin condom. It's the Hotsy Totsy Model 2000, providing a snug fit and rib tip for the ultimate in pleasure. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
Who the hell is that guy?
He's, my very own personal announcer guy.
That's it. I'm out of here.
He's the announcer guy, and like it or not, he'll follow you anywhere.
All right, my son. Let's hear your confession.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been
3 months since his last confession. Good morning, Father O'Malley. Say hello to Phil Mondor. Recently, Phil has embezzled from the office football pool, run over the neighbor's cat, and has had some extraordinarily erotic dreams starring his 18-year-old neighbor, Caitlin Kravitz. Caitlin's appearance is brought to you by Nikon. Nikon, maker of the world's finest binoculars. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
Jesus H. Christ, Phil Mondor. That's one hell of a confession, or my name's not Father Mark O'Malley. Now, here to present your penance is my announcer guy.
Thanks, Mark. For Phil's penance, Father O'Malley orders 10 Hail Marys and 20 Our Fathers. Now go and sin no more. And thanks for visiting Father O'Malley's confessional. And please accept these fabulous parting gifts. A case of Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat, and the hot new CD recording, Larry Morgan Reads the New Testament. This is Tony Lamont speaking.
Your friends will be impressed, and you'll be really proud when you're introduced by a guy whose voice is way too loud. Announcer guy, he makes announcements just for you.
The Announcer Guy, only from Bob and Tom Enterprises. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
In honor of our announcer guy, we thought we'd dig that one up.
That's outstanding.
We have Pete Stacker, announcer, and Dave Bickler, singer, the real men of genius. We're going to take a short break and come right back with the guys. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pete Stacker, announcer, Dave Bickler, singer, are here. They are the real men of genius from Bud Light. Award-winning ad campaign, very entertaining commercial announcements. I'm a big fan, and I believe we have a big fan on line 7. Is that correct?
We do. All right. Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much.
Who's this?
This is Cody in Abilene, Texas.
Hello, Cody.
Cody.
Let me tell you, the what is it, way too proud of Texas guy?
Yeah.
Down here.
Yeah.
You would think people would get offended, but it's absolutely nuts how people are going going crazy for it.
Yeah, that's a great
That's
one.
great.
You know, just the other day I was walking through a field of bluebonnets. I was looking for a horny toad, the state reptile. I sat down beneath a big pecan tree, the state tree, to listen to a mockingbird, state bird, and watch an armadillo, state mammal, ponder the upcoming invasion of Oklahoma, our flaccid neighbor to the north. I enjoyed my cold Bud Light and finished my bowl of chili, the state dish, and thought those real men of genius are really men of genius.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you very much, Cody.
I love hearing from alcoholics.
What are you doing this weekend?
That's why you're my friend, Bob.
Thanks, Cody.
Starts at 5 in the morning here.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks a million, Cody.
Okay.
Yeah, take it easy.
Bye.
One of the classics.
Oh, yeah.
Which one gets the most comment? Do you get, is there a particular one that people just relate to, or they all?
No, the taco salad inventor rings a bell with a lot
Giant
of people.
taco salad inventor. That was
Toupee wear rings one, that's my favorite line of all time. This is, it couldn't be phonier if it had a chin strap.
Well, these guys have got to get going. Before they go, I asked them if they would once again do their tribute to the Bob and Tom Show for us.
Redux.
So this is Pete Stacker on announcer, Dave Bickler on singer, vocalist, and it's going to sound just like this. Here we go. This is live. We're not repeating the one they did before, so let's go.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute the nationwide Everybody's Listening Bob and Tom Show.
The nationwide Everybody's Listening Bob and Tom Show.
Bob, a brilliant man who is quietly perfecting a golf ball shaped like a woman's breast filled with beer.
He fills his balls with beer.
Tom, his dark secret, he can actually see every germ around him, but he's not saying what's on whom.
Let's keep it clean.
He could have owned Vegas, the stock market, the greatest weatherman ever. Instead, Chick chose guessing sports scores.
Chick's shoe in his mouth.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light and wish for Bob and Tom to share the perfect Christmas ho. Ho, ho, ho.
That's a whole lot of hoes.
To Bob and Tom, it's Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Thank you, guys.
Wow.
Well done. thank you. No, I know. These guys actually have to leave the room right this minute. So,
they got a full day ahead of them.
Yeah, we do.
You go ahead.
But we do look forward to it, and we always have a good time with you guys.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much. Very
the
funny.
best.
And congratulations on the success of the campaign.
Thank
You bet.
Yeah.
It's no ancient Chinese secret.
I think that had the record.
What the hell are you
It's no ancient.
No,
We'll be back with more non-sequitur.
No, I think what Bob's referring to is
I think that was the longest running ad campaign of all time, wasn't it?
I believe the longest running national ad for at one point was the ancient Chinese secret.
What was it?
Calgon.
Oh yeah,
television commercial.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know what the longest running thematic ad campaign would be, but this has got to be getting
Well,
out there.
we're
I'll
at
bet
8
it
years,
is.
and hopefully we'll get to 10.
Let's hope so.
No, you guys do a great job. We really enjoy it. Now get out of here before you.
Thanks.
Get out.
The people through the glass are bouncing up and down. Christy, we have time to wrap this up with a couple
Thanks,
quick
guys.
news stories.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Thank
and
you.
we do have a link on our website. If you go to bobandtom.com, if you know a big Bud Light fan who loves those, you can get all 3 of those CDs for, I believe it's just $10 at the Bud Spot. And we have budshop.com. We've got a direct link right there at bobandtom.com, and we're going to post some new pictures of the guys here in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The superstars of classic rock play here. WFBQ, Indianapolis, Q95.